Okay, so hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So I've got a really exciting video for you all. And we're doing a absolute huge travel Q&A. So I mean I haven't travelled as such. Oh hang on, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Anyway, before I get started, no, I haven't travelled. I haven't done like amazing like East Asia, everything like that. But I have gone to a lot of places, not as many as other people, but I feel like I'm quite knowledgeable on places, and I love going on holiday. I love to travel to different places, and yeah, I just thought I get like most of my DMs I'm asked all the time is to do with travel and to do with places I've been, all of that stuff. So I thought, why not just do one big Q&A? I've got quite a few questions for you all. Well, not for you all, you gave them to me. But yeah, let's just jump straight in. First one we've got is, where is the best / safest place two girls could go? So, obviously I'm going to say I'm going to go off places I've been, because I'm not going to know what other places are like, obviously. So I've been on holidays, well, me and my best friend Katie, we've been alone to Malia in Crete, Zante twice in Greece, and Tenerife. 3 places. God, please ignore my nails. And ignore my wonky lamp as well, because I'm just a mess. Anyway, and I would say, do you know what? We felt pretty safe in all of them. It's really difficult to like answer this. I'd say the place we felt least safe was Malia. Just in my opinion. I feel like Malia I felt the least safe. Although Zante could pretty much also be... No, you know what? I mean, I didn't feel like majorly unsafe in any of the places that I've been, but I'm just trying to think. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I feel like in Zante, there's a lot of younger people, so it's less dodgy. And in Malia, when me and Katie went, there was a lot of like older people. Not that anything happened or anything. I'm just saying that's the way I felt. But Tenerife, we felt absolutely fine in. I mean, I'd say out of all the 3 places I've been as just a girl, I'd say Tenerife, but because you can go to like Playa de las Americas, which is the strip, you can still have fun, there's clubs, it's brilliant, we had a great time. Yeah, so I'd say Tenerife, but I didn't feel majorly unsafe in any of them, to be honest. Nothing happened. So, yeah. Which Disneyland was better? So, I've been to Disneyland Paris and Disneyland California, and the California Adventure Disney thing, and I would say, well, I'm gonna have to say California because I don't remember the Paris one. I just don't. Like, I was 7 years old. I remember crying when we left. I nearly cried when I left the other one. I'm actually going to Disney World in Florida, which obviously is gonna be the best one, isn't it? Let's be honest, because it's the biggest. In July. I'm gonna vlog it, don't worry guys. But I would say, yeah, I'm gonna have to say California because I don't remember Paris. And also California's the original. Not many people know that. I was actually shocked that no one like hardly knows that. Everyone thinks it's the Florida one because obviously that's the one that everybody goes to. But yeah, the one in Anaheim in California is the original one. And that's the only one Walt Disney ever actually saw, like fully and attended. So, good old Walt. How do you deal with plane anxiety? I get it so bad. So I used to be absolutely petrified of planes. Well, I was petrified of everything really, but planes especially. And you know what? I only got over it because I did it more. Like, honestly, truly, I know it's so generic, but as someone that's grown up since they were literally a tiny child with crippling anxiety and panic attacks, the only way you are going to get over it is if you do these things. And I know it's so much easier said than done. Like, so much easier, but that's the only way. I was petrified of tubes. I only got over it by going on tubes, and like similar like stuff like that, and you've just got to do it. I know that's literally the worst advice ever. But I would just say you need to remember that there's way more car crashes than there are plane crashes. But you get in a car, don't you? Just remember that. That's what helped me the most. I just thought, look, you hear of car crashes so many times a day. They happen so many times a day, but it's rare you hear of a plane crash or a plane failure. Like, it just doesn't happen much at all. So that's what I just think. And also, What I would say is try and get a overnight flight. So when you're flying, make it like go, so you leave like really late and it's overnight, and then maybe take like some like sleep vitamins or melatonin or something like that. You can get like sleep vitamins off of Amazon, and then you'll go to sleep and you'll wake up and you'll be there, hopefully. That's my tips, but yeah. Anyway, Los Angeles, please. How did you book things like the Hollywood sign? Okay, so we actually booked everything when we got there. We booked Disney like a month or two before, just on the Disneyland site. Make sure you book the right Disney, because I get so confused with their websites. So I actually booked with I booked all my like tour things with Viator, which mainly anyway, Viator. I actually first used them when I went to Mexico, and we booked something with them, and they had to cancel because there wasn't enough bookings for the boat trip to go ahead, and I was so annoyed, but they were so good and they refunded me like straight away. And I just thought, you know what, I trust this company now. So we booked everything on there through LA. It sounds like a sponsorship now. It's not. So it's called Viator. Do more with Viator. So basically all you have to do is literally, we typed up what we wanted to do. So we did type up like just Los Angeles as well, just see like what other things there were to offer. And so you search worldwide, Los Angeles, California, and it comes up with just like tons. And obviously you can look around, type it up on Google, but I just trust this company because obviously I've used them loads. They're called Viator. Yeah, and you can just get tons of different things. So we got like full day tours. You can get like, so that's where we got our Hollywood tour off of. We did a hike up there. It's very long. God, if I can do it, anyone can. Oh, I wish I got a photo like that. Yeah, that's so cute. I'm jealous now. Yeah, but we did, so for example, we did like Warner Brothers. Make sure you do the Warner Brothers tour, the Universal tour, and the Paramount tour. The Paramount's the worst out of the two, but it's still good. Like, it's still good to see them all. Honestly, I think I'm an expert now on backlots. But yeah, all of them we just booked on the websites because it's pretty much the same price, and I just prefer booking through the websites, if I'm honest. And I would say we didn't get any VIP, and I wouldn't bother. We had a great day, and I'm usually one to be like, I want to buy VIP, I want to do this. Obviously, if you have tons and tons of money, do it. But if you don't, and you're thinking, oh, should I? Don't. Honestly, don't. We had such a good day, and I don't regret. I'm usually one that will be like, oh, I wish I got the expensive tour. Like, I'm just like that. I will go into debt to do something that I can't afford. That is me. But I didn't for that, and I'm glad I didn't, because, yeah, it probably would be even better, but we had such a great time just doing that, like, the normal standard tours. So, yeah. Please talk about Paphos. I go in August, and where there's not a lot there. Okay, so, I was worried about this too. So, you got Prateris, like Iron Apple, Prateris, I don't know how to say it. And then you've got Paphos. So Paphos is a lot less touristy, like a lot less. We stayed in villas. So I've been to Prateris and stayed in a villa once, Prateris and stayed in a hotel, and then Paphos and stayed in a villa. I don't know what it would be like staying in a hotel in Paphos. It is quite, I wouldn't say empty. It's a little bit empty. It's not, no, that's really harsh. It's not empty at all. There are things to do, and if you prefer less touristy areas, then it's perfect. There's still like a little restaurant strip, and there's all cute little things to do. There's still water sports. We had a great time doing water sports. There's pretty much everything, and it's not as busy, which some people do prefer. But I do prefer Prateris because there is more to do, and I just prefer it. I still loved Paphos. I love Cyprus as a whole. I think everywhere in Cyprus is great, but that's my opinion. Did you need a visa to go to America? No, but you need an ESTA. It's called ESTA. You need one of these if you're travelling from the UK to America. I'm pretty sure it's pretty cheap. Hang on, let me look up ESTA price. So the first time I went to America was New York, so I had to do this before New York. It is $21 $21, so whatever that is, the conversion is $21, and it lasts for, hang on, it lasts for 2 years, so it's pretty good. So unless you change your passport and get a new passport, then you have to do it again. But yeah, it's really simple, it's so easy. Just go online and type up like ESTA, government, I don't know, travel. Yeah, it's really easy, so make sure you do that because you will not be allowed in the country if you don't have it. But actually, after New York, when I went to LA, they didn't even ask to see it because it was already attached to my passport, because it like links up, but just make sure you have it on your phone just in case, obviously. How did you travel with Katie when you were 17? So, a lot of people ask me these questions, and I did answer it like a couple of years back. Guys, you can travel on your own when you're 16. You can get on a plane and fly on your own when you're 16. Like, it's allowed, trust me. I went away with my boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, boyfriend at the time obviously, when I was 15 and he was 17. That sounds a bit dodgy, but we got together when we were 14 and 15. He was only a year above me, it's just the way our birthdays turned out. And we went to Menorca, so very chill, very calm place, very safe. So my mum would never let my sister do that, and she's 16, but she let me at 15 because she knew I was with someone that she trusted and she knows what I'm like, and I'm very mature. And I'm probably the same amount of maturity as I was then, to be honest. Anyway, you can go when you're, as long as you're with someone that's over 16, you can fly. Like, I'm not sure if every airline does it. I'm not sure if like British Airways or Virgin do it, but I know EasyJet fly alone age. Yeah, so it's only unaccompanied children aged 15 and under are not permitted to travel alone. So as long as one of you is 16 or over, you can go. So like if you're 16 and 15, you can go on an aeroplane with EasyJet. And I'm pretty sure Jet2's the same. So obviously my ex was over 16. Yeah, so same for Jet2. I'm not sure about the others, but they're quite big airlines. I don't know. Anyway, so I did that, and obviously there is the hotel thing, because a lot of hotels, they need you to be 18 to check in. However, some don't, and if you ask them or message them on like booking.com, email their company, their hotel, whatever, you can ask and just say, look, hi, me and my friend, we're both 17, or we're 16 and 17, what is your age for check-in? Just be like, we're just going on a nice relaxing holiday, just be like that, and say we're looking for somewhere, and usually they'll be fine, like honestly. So the only holiday where I actually did that, when I didn't go with an 18-year-old, was the Menorca one when I was 15, and I was with my 17-year-old ex. But yeah, all the others when I was under 18, obviously I had Katie, or my ex that were 18, and I was like 17. So yeah, it's really easy and you don't need anything extra, honestly. Just check the airline's okay, the hotel's okay with it, you're absolutely fine. Like, you don't need any extra paperwork, you don't need permission from your mum. Well, obviously you do to go, but I mean, you don't need to show the airport anything. Like, it's really easy, honestly. Do you get ID'd in Zante? No, I've never been ID'd anywhere in my life. No, abroad. I don't mean in the UK, obviously in the UK. And America. But no, I've never been ID'd anywhere. I even, in Menorca, when I was 15, didn't get ID'd. I'm not promoting drinking underage, we only had a couple of cocktails anyway, because I was respecting my mum's wishes. But yeah, I mean, oh actually no, I did get ID'd once. Me and Toby did when we went to Mallorca, went to Magaluf for a night out. And one club, they had an ID scanner. I was like, what is this? In Mallorca? An ID scanner? Like a UK, the ones the UK use. And I was like, oh my god, what? It's crazy. I was baffled, actually. But yeah, they did, and that was the only place. But anywhere else in Magaluf, I'd say you're pretty much fine. And it was pretty empty in there, so I think they were probably bored. But yeah, no, you will not get ID'd in Zante. I honestly think they would serve you if you were like 12. I don't think they care. The police is so corrupt in European countries. Don't sue me. What was Tunisia like as a country? So I went to Tunisia when I was 9, and I still remember the holiday quite well. The country was not, like, the look of the country was not very nice at all. And I personally wouldn't go back there, just because you can't really go out, like, where we stayed. We stayed in a big resort, and it was amazing. We felt so safe in there, but we couldn't really go out, and when we did, like, they don't even have petrol stations, and it made me feel so sad. I remember I was so confused because I was like 9. I was like, why do they just have, like, bottles on the side and they fill their thing up? And I was like, oh. However, one thing I will say, Tunisians are so lovely. Like, I remember all the Tunisians that worked in the hotel, so lovely, honestly. And we had a taxi once that drove us in Tunisia, and he was lovely. Drove a bit mad, but it was, yeah, I would say that's the only thing I really remember about Tunisia, is that yeah, the Tunisians are so nice, like, honestly, so nice. I don't think I'll go back though, just simply because, I don't know, I feel like I'd rather go to other places. And yeah. When travelling, do you take your toiletries in your hand luggage or suitcase? I always put toiletries in my main suitcase, just because I'm not even going to need them on the plane. However, you can bring on anything under, hang on, milliliter rules for plane. 100 millilitres, so anything over 100 millilitres you cannot take on the plane, and if you do, you need to put them in like a plastic bag. If you do, no. So if you have anything 100 millilitres or under, you can take them on your hand luggage, but you need to put them in a clear bag. I don't bother taking anything on, just because I can't bother to find a clear bag and get it all out, and I'm not going to use it anyway on the plane at all. So I do that. Yeah, fun fact, where was it? Oh, okay, in 2019, we went on a family holiday, the 4 of us, my mum, dad, me and my sister. And my mum got confused. Keep in mind, we'd gone on holiday the year before. And it was really weird. I think my mum might have read somewhere, and she got confused and put, I'm not joking, so we checked in our main luggage, she put all of our toiletries, like everything, into our hand luggage. And I remember thinking, like, why is she doing that? She was, like, adamant on it. My mum, she is usually right. Like, that's what I was confused about. I mean, she's a organised thing. Like, she's very organised. And I was so confused. But I remember, and then we had to throw everything away, and I was like, because we'd already checked in our luggage. We couldn't, like, be like, can we have our luggage back and put it in there? Anyway, that was great. So do not put anything in your hand luggage that's over 100 millilitres, because you will get it taken away. Anyway, how much spending money do you usually take? I'm awful at this. My mum and dad are the same. When we're on holiday, we don't set a budget, we just have fun. Obviously, we're not going to be buying, like, ridiculous, like, we know what money we have, you know? I feel like most people set a budget, they'll bring, like, spending money, set amount of spending money. We don't, and I don't, but I know my limits, sort of. Obviously, I know sort of how to budget, but yeah, I don't bring spending money, and I never bring cash unless, so like in America, obviously you have to tip, like you have to tip. It's unheard of not to tip. The tipping culture over there is mental, and you've got to tip usually on top of the tip they've already added in. It's ridiculous. Anyway, what I was gonna say is, but yeah, I don't really bring cash anywhere. I just will lose it. I use Apple Pay because I always have my phone. I just use Apple Pay, or Toby, if I'm with Toby, has his wallet. I use my card or his card or whatever. Best place for a holiday with a boyfriend? I think anywhere, like literally anywhere. And it completely depends what you're going for. If you're going for exploring, relaxing, partying, a budget, really good place I would recommend for budget is just go to like Palma Nova in Mallorca. It's really affordable, well, compared to other places, and it's fun. There's literally everything to do. Like, Mallorca's just a classic. There's so much to do. Palma Nova's right near Magaluf, but it's a lot nicer, and you can still you're still close enough to go to Magaluf, have fun, go on nights out, but you're also in a nice area. So I'd really recommend Palma Nova. But yeah, that's my recommendation. Also romantic, like Rome or Paris. I've never been to Rome, but I know a lot of people that have, and it seems really romantic. You'll be okay going to Zante at 17 with my friend. Yeah, you'll be absolutely fine. I was 17 the first time I went to Zante. I'd literally just turned 17. Is Turkey expensive to book? Turkey's one of the cheapest places I've been, in my opinion. So me and Toby went end of August last year. End of August or start of September. And I would say if you can go in that time, go away in that time, because it was so affordable. Like, even when you're out there, it's so cheap. I'm not even joking. We went to Antalya, Sea Day was our nearest town. Like, it's spelt side though. And yeah, it was great. It was so cheap, we couldn't believe it. I'd definitely go back there. I feel like it reminded me a bit of, well, it didn't, but like a bit of Mallorca, because it's like cheap, it's got everything, it's got like literally anything to do that you can possibly think of, you know? It's got like water sports, beach days, if you go and get a Turkish spa, they're so funny. We had such a laugh, me and Toby. Although I did get scammed, because he told me I needed to spend more for another massage. He was like, you've got watery ligaments or something, and I was like, oh, have I? And then it was awful. I felt bad saying no, so I was like, okay, massage me longer then. Also, one thing I was really shocked about, so I feel like there is this stigma around men in Turkey. Obviously I did go with my boyfriend, so it might be different if I was with another girl. And I thought that the men were so respectful and lovely there. Like, I'm not even joking. There was not one time I felt uncomfortable around Turkish men. I feel more uncomfortable around English men, if I'm honest. And like in Italy, I feel like Italy's the worst for it. Like, so bad. Italy's like, I feel so uncomfortable there. I mean, I've only been to Venice and Milan, but I felt so uncomfortable. I would go back. Not to the point where it like scared me so much, but yeah. I just feel like Turkish men were lovely, and they were just really respectful. Even the people massaging me, I did 2 different men that came in and massaged me. They were so respectful, because I was a bit like, oh god. And yeah, I didn't feel uncomfortable at one point, and I was so happy, because I felt there is a bit of a stigma, isn't there? I've heard it quite a lot. A lot of New York hotels only allow over 21s to check in. How did you manage to? So I'd say it's actually pretty half and half. Like, all you have to do on booking.com, scroll to the bottom, and it will say minimum check-in age is, and it will either be 18 or 21. You've just got to make sure you book one that says 18 and not 21, obviously. So I found loads that I wanted to book, but I was like, oh, I can't because they say 21. But then I found other great ones that were for minimum age 18. So you got to shop around, my darling. Just go on booking.com and look, and any website will say it if you're looking at like a specific hotel's website. Do's/don'ts for New York, and please give a rundown about New York. Going in November. Okay, November will be a really good time to go. I wouldn't go to New York unless it was around Christmas time, so November or December. And do's and don'ts. Do bring a lot of cash, like actual dollars. Again, like I said, for tipping. Ridiculous. You're going to spend a lot more than you are planning on spending, so... But you got to plan for that too. Well, don't plan for it, just, you know, go mad. No, I'm joking. I would say, what would I say? You've got to be careful. There's so many scammers in the streets in New York. Not like scary people, but so many, like, these 2 like young lads were coming over to me and Toby trying to sell me their like rap CD, and they were like, it's for the children, it's for the children. And obviously it wasn't, like, you could tell it wasn't, and we felt bad and we gave them money anyway. We were like, we don't have any cash. They were like, we have card machine. I was like, oh my god. Anyway, there's a lot of them, and a lot of, you're seeing like Times Square, there's a lot of people like up trying to be photographers, and they'll take photos of you, okay, whilst you're walking, which I don't mind. I'm not bothered by that. I mean, I do this stuff anyway, I don't care, but I know a lot of people will be like, what on earth? They'll take pictures of you, then run over and go, do you like this? And they'll show you the picture on their camera, and you'll just be like, yeah, that's really good. And they'll be like, so it costs $50, and I can do more for you, by the way, if you want. We can stand here and do a photo shoot. They try and like offer you a photo shoot, and I'm just like, I'm on my way to get my like steak and chips, mate. Can you calm down? But yeah, watch out for scammers, that's definitely a thing. Definitely do the, what's it called, the Sky? No, the Edge, definitely do the Edge, best view ever. Just go on the Edge, New York website. Yeah, it's pretty affordable, it's so good, and I would say if you're going on a boat ride to the Statue of Liberty, don't even dress nice, like don't. Seriously, it is freezing. We went at like the 18th of December, so it was like even colder. But oh my god, wear thermals. I was so cold on that river. We nearly weren't going to go on it whilst we were waiting for the boat. I was like, I don't think I can do this. And let me tell you, I was wearing leggings, long sleeve top, a huge coat that went down to my ankles, huge, and I was still shivering. I had gloves, scarf, I had boots on, and I was shivering my arse off. I went on it, and oh my god, the whole time, and the boat is just freezing. Like, honestly, wear something warm. That is something I wish I knew. Definitely. Anything else? Oh, another tip for long haul in general, or just like places that have big time differences, don't mess up your sleep. Don't, it's really difficult, but like when you get there, don't go straight to sleep, because you will wake up at silly o'clock. You'll wake up at like 3 AM because your sleep will be messed up. Try and stay awake, okay? Depending on what time you get there, just do not fall asleep straight away, no matter what. Don't do it, because you'll end up really, really jet lagged. I've kind of scathed the jet lag quite well. Scathed? Does that even make sense? No. Did you ever book with Love Holidays? If so, was everything smooth? Yeah, I've booked with Love Holidays a couple of times. It's a bit trickier than other places, and like I would say when I booked one place on Love Holidays with Katie for Tenerife, and oh my god, it literally looked like a hostel, but it didn't on the website. I would not have booked it. It was hideous. Like, honestly, no, it wasn't that bad. That's such an over-exaggeration. And yeah, it just wasn't great. To be fair, neither was the one in Malia. But I didn't even put that with Love Holidays though. But yeah, Love Holidays is fine. I don't see an issue with it. However, they make it look so cheap. Remember this, they make it look so cheap because you've got to add on, yeah, they give you such bad flights, and then you've got to maybe change your flights. That adds more money on. Then you've got to add your luggage, even your hand luggage, costs more. Then you've got to add on your seats and everything, and at the end of the day, it ends up the same price as booking with EasyJet. But yeah, I will book with them again. Me and Kate are going to Calador in Mallorca next week, and that's our holidays, Love Holidays with them. Like, so I hope it's fine. But yeah, how to book a good hotel for experience and money. So what I would do is 100% look on TripAdvisor, but look on TripAdvisor at the traveller photos, so the people that are uploading their own photos, because that's how you'll know what it really, really looks like. However, do look at the date though, because once I booked a hotel and I looked on TripAdvisor and I saw that our hotel, and I was like, oh my god, that is horrendous. I was like, oh my god. And the picture was from 2009. And they'd obviously redone it, and when I went it was fine. But you need to look at the date that they're uploading these photos and just read reviews. Like, honestly, I know it's so boring reading reviews, but look at the best reviews, look at the worst reviews. There's going to be worse reviews of loads of places. Like, I've been to so many great places and there's been so many bad reviews written about them, and I still enjoyed it and it was great. And everyone was just going to be picky or have a different experience. But make sure you're booking a hotel that has like activities to do if you like that, you know, like entertainment, them silly people that come by the pool and do like beach volleyball and stuff like that. So make sure you're booking fun things like that. Best all-inclusive you've been to and where? I haven't actually stayed in that many all-inclusives, but I would probably say Mexico. It was all-inclusive, it was so good. We stayed in the, where did we stay? I don't even know where we stayed. Oh my god, I'm actually awful. Okay, I'm having a look. We stayed in Now Emerald Cancun, and it was great. I wouldn't stay there again. I feel like there are a lot better hotels, but I got a really good deal, so it was good. I loved it, and I think it was just more Mexico, and like we were right on the beach, and it was just great, and it was all inclusive. Yeah, I don't even think I've done that many all-inclusive holidays. I don't know. Anyway, that is the end of the video. I really, really hope you enjoyed. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. I am yeah, I really hope you enjoyed it. That's all I have to say, really. And if you want more like this, let me know, and I can do a part 2 if you have any more questions. Make sure you follow me on Instagram as well. And yeah, I love you all so much. Bye.